guys like this call, and we will be taking questions if we can at the very end. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, thanks. Thanks, sir. One of the things I find interesting, I'll give the crowd a quick background on myself. Only in the last, I would say, I'd say about 3-4 years did I actually get into domaining or flipping domains myself more specifically. And it's brought up as a note. That industry, just to let you know, is just really hot, and I think it's going to stay hot for a while. I have a friend of mine last year I was talking to that sold a package of travel domains for about $45,000 that weren't really doing heavy traffic at all. They were just really nice and brandable. And so I think you kind of lucked out. You hit a stroke of luck when you picked up the travel domain and someone approached you. In general, though, for domain flipping, there's two schools out there that you can really look at. There's the purists, what I refer to as purist domainers, that just want type-in traffic and just the name. And then you have this whole kind of other industry that's really percolating, growing, which is more of the virtual real estate or quote-unquote website space, to whereas if you get a nice domain and a nice name, you do a little development on it, a little bit of traffic, you can really for some big numbers. And one of my biggest sales I did was about $31,000. It was actually $31,000 even, and it was just the magic ingredient behind that. Honestly, it was an age domain. It had a little age to it. It had a page rank somewhere between a PR4 and a page rank 5. It didn't have substantial traffic. It was just a really nice name for a very interesting market with broad appeal. And I guess one of the questions people ask me a lot about that transaction, I can't get into too much detail because I had to sign a pretty extensive NDA, but the way I got that buyer was they contacted us on that domain. Those are the best sales that you'll ever get, are really the people that contact you. So one thing I always encourage people to do is make sure your who is contact at least has a good email address assigned to it. Make sure you can be found, because if you're not, you're likely missing some potential sales. I mean, I've had dozens of inquiries on domains just because I'm findable. If that was not the case, I'm sure I would have lost a few $1,000s in sales easily. You want me to start off with how to find buyers or how to find domains?
I think buyers is good first. That's where you make money.
Sure. Buyers, as I mentioned with that other transaction, the first and best way, hands down, no questions asked, are people that approach you out of the blue. There's a lot of power in having that kind of leverage over someone. It's kind of intimidating. And to be honest, I remember when I got the first email on that one domain that I sold for $31,000. It's kind of intimidating to get approached out of the blue, because unless you've done this before, you really don't know how much should I ask for this. And there is a little bit of a methodology that leads, it'll lead this into, how to value domains, because you really have to know once you get approaches is what the value points are. But let's cover that a little bit later. Where else to find buyers? There's a couple other techniques you can do. There's sites online, domain forums in specifically that they have like where to buy, or they have requests, like people actually looking for domains, like they're saying, hey, where can I buy domains in this market, or websites. A lot of people are looking to buy websites that have traffic or some established, design or function, service, whatever. There are forums that you can do that at. One of them, probably one of the bigger ones, is SitePoint. There's also, I believe, Digital Point has one. It's either NamePros or DN Forum. There's another smaller domain forum that also has a kind of a requests place, so you can hook up directly with people seeking stuff out right there. It's kind of just handed to you on the plate. That's one way. Another way to get buyers for your domain or your website is if you're in, like, say, a specific market, let's say, pets. I don't know. I'm just going to use anything off the top of my head. A pet market. Say, let's go with dogs. You're into dogs. You're a dog fan, and you have a neat dog site. One of the things that you can do to elicit buyers is have it established, have a design, have a function, traffic, and even a little bit of income to speak of. And let it be known in that forum where these pet lovers hang out, there might be some other savvy people in that field that will approach you like, hey, how are you making money with your website doing that? And really, I guess it's just being in front of the right crowd, creating relationships online. Go where the people in your market, where do they hang out online? Put yourself there, interact, have good conversations with people, get excited about your business or your site. And, trust me, one thing leads to another. You'll get people inquiring, especially if you could talk about a little bit of income. And another point right there, it kind of goes back to value and selling, is that it's obviously much easier to sell domains or aka websites more specifically if they have traffic income. I mean, what I'm seeing out there in the market these days, honestly, is low end. I mean, the lowest end I would sell a domain for if it has really erratic traffic or income is, and this is really low, I don't even know if I'd go there personally, maybe 6 to 12 months. But honestly, what gets my interest more is when you're talking 18 to 36 months worth of income. And that's really what a lot of domainers or speculators or investors kind of look at. What's the quality of your traffic, where it's coming from,